So if you guys are not aware, this game, Heaven Burns Red, is one of the top earners in the JP server, right? This game doesn't have JP server for the longest time ever. And finally, in the recent Anime Expo, they have finally announced Heaven Burns Red is gonna get a global release. Now you might be wondering, does it matter at this point, right? So let me show you guys, if you guys didn't follow this game. When it first came out, it was doing super well. Right now, Heaven Burns Red is competing in the JP server is doing about 3 to 4 million, about similar to Blue Archive JP, right? So it's doing pretty well, right? It's doing pretty well. And finally, after like 2 years, it's getting an official global server, and Yostar shall be managing it. Alright, so you can see Yostar unveils Heaven Burns Red by Right Flyer Studios. Right Flyer Studios is going to be the developer. Visual Arts Key Anime Expo, okay. So publisher Yostar Games is thrilled to announce the English version of its latest title, Heaven Burns Red. Co-developed by Right Flyer Studios, this story-driven RPG was first released in 2022 in Japan. It has garnered major accolades at the Google Play Best of 2022 awards, claiming titles such as the Best Game of 2022, User Voting Category, Game Category, Grand Prize, and Story Category Award. Yostar is a huge company. It is. So let's see if I can show you guys the trailer somebody posted, right? Now, let's show you guys a little bit of gameplay for Heaven Burns Red, in case you guys haven't seen it before. Unfortunately, I cannot play the video with sound because this game has a lot of copyrighted music specifically. Alright, I watched it on stream earlier, and yeah, the entire stream got copyrighted. But anyways, you can see right here. Alright, so in case you guys are curious of the gameplay, now as far as I know, the game is going to be extremely cinematic. Alright, you're gonna see a lot of scenes, a lot of cutscenes, and then there's gonna be a lot of story involved as well. So apparently that's the gist of the game. Ooh, is she? Oh damn, that's blood. Okay, holy, that was a little bit unexpected. So this is going to be how it's like. As you can see, I like the style of it, right? I'm not sure what's the term of it, like the word of it, right? But ideally you do get like some pretty immersive storytelling. So let's show you guys a little bit more about the characters. Now it seems like most of the characters are like high school girls, and it's based upon like high school setting, but it does seem like post-apocalyptic as well. And these are some of the characters involved, I assume, right? So there's plenty of different ones. I am going to assume, I could be wrong here, that it's just going to be that few characters here, but you get like an altar once in a while. As you can see, that's going to be part of the gameplay. Alright, it is going to be turn-based as far as I know. Pretty much this is going to be part of the story, and you're exploring around. And the monsters, they all seem pretty unique in its own way, but sort of generic as well. You see that a lot in almost every other JRPG. So these are the creatures involved right there, as you can see. Let's see if there's any battle that we can see, right? This is going to be the movement, alright, how you move across the map, or move in different, just move in the game generally. And I think they're gonna show some combat system right here on how it's like. Okay. But yeah, you can clearly tell the art style or the graphics. I feel like this is going to be something that will last for a while. Alright, we managed to get a short glimpse earlier, right? You can see like turn 1. Okay. Okay, so you can see this is the first trailer, the official release date, 28th of February 2022. Now let's show you guys the most recent one. I saw this one and I figured, what's happening in the JP server right now with the most recent characters, and this is going to be the one. Looks like an alt version for the most, some of the summer students or characters in the game. Let's see if there's any gameplay. Yeah, sadly this one there's no gameplay. Let me see if I can find some. Alright, there I managed to find some gameplay. It's gonna be a little bit much more straightforward, as you can see, right? So those are the enemies, and then you have your characters at the left. Alright, you can use up to, it seems like 4 characters, and it's a turn-based gameplay. Alright, so hopefully you guys are aware. Oh, you can see there's full auto, normal auto, etc, etc. But yeah, you perform combos, you buff, you debuff, and then you try to, like, you know, burst the enemy. I feel like by now we should all be somewhat familiar with turn-based gameplay, right? Pretty straightforward. Honestly worried how the joke in game gonna be receiving in global people, since the joke in this game is hit and miss many times in the early chapter. They tone it down in recent chapters since it's more serious tone than the earlier chapter. People who can't appreciate Manzai style gags can't appreciate Manzai style gags. Wow. Great deals for global EN players. This stuff is lit. Depending on which patch they go, launch may or may not include all the quality of life updates over the years JP had to wait. Hopefully it comes fully packaged with quality of life. For those who are interested, this is a very story heavy game. You play this game for story, not for the combat. Alright guys, remember, you are playing this game for the story, alright? Just like ZZZ. Story better than Wuwa? I think story will be better than Wuwa, yes. Wuwa is not for the story, Wuwa is for exploration. Right? Is this the other JP game they said will never get global like Uma Musume? Well, it did get though, to be fair, so there's that. Very standard turn-based combat system that many will not like. Okay? Keep your expectations low for the combat part, but go wild on the story. As a JP player since launch, my strong recommendation is expect nothing good from the battle system. Decent for characters, music, story. Repeated like a broken machine, this is story heavy game. It focuses on fleshing out a character and story with personal biased opinion and good music that fits the mood. It's a story writer for Clanet, so be prepared for good and for bad. Hope you enjoy the glory of Captain Otama. Clanet and Angel Beats, how to make your wife or GF watch anime. Honorable mention to Canon. I don't think I'll be reading this. That's a long essay about Heaven Burns Red meta. So this is a Heaven Burns Red meta in JP. It's a bit too long for me to read right now. It will take 2 days to read, but let's see. So 2.5 years meta in Heaven Burns Red. Okay? General information. 6 unique characters. Limitation of 6 team slots has a drastic effect on what units are meta. Okay. Try to stay alive long enough to stack all your buffs or debuffs, then kill the boss in one massive nuke. Interesting meta. That is a book, not an essay. Let's see the conclusion, right? Conclusion, there's a lot of complexity to the actual gameplay of Heaven Burns Red, and it doesn't take a team of theory crafters to determine that good styles are the ones where the ultimate looks like this, and not ones where the ultimate look like this. Keeping up with keeping with meta trends to stay ahead of the increasingly hostile endgame fights does not take a resort dedication to efficient resource management in terms of gacha items or just more money, considering the low quartz income and unapologetic gacha system. But once your account has a roster of some depth, whether you succeed or fail in a battle is decided during the team building phase. Keep stacking unions, press the big button before your debuffs expire, and if the boss is still alive, just reset it and try to make more numbers next time. In the end, none of it matters, because who plays Heaven Burns Red for the gameplay anyway? So it's mostly for the story. If you guys are a story lover, this game is for you. That's all there is to say.